Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to Newport Richey, Florida, as tonight the PHSC Bobcats are continuing their 2021-2022 season here from Newport Richey. It is a little bit chilly tonight outside, but we are nice, warm, toasty inside here in the PHSC gymnasium as the Bobcats and the Warriors, the Weber International JV Warriors team, comes into town here this evening from Newport Richey. Dylan Spalding with you, Bob Bade here as always from the broadcast table here tonight, as a big game here for the Bobcats as they finish out here their fall portion of the season before they get into the spring portion of the year. Only 2 more games left after tonight, Bob, so the Bobcats are trying to look to finish out strong here, and tonight they can get that started this week with 3 games here on the remaining schedule this winter time.
Yeah, Dylan, good to join you again here at the table, and I feel like we're more official. We got laptops out. We look like a professional broadcast here.
Yep.
But yeah, to play off of what you said, definitely you get these games right before the winter break, and of course the players will have a couple of weeks in between the final few games here and then the next games in January. So you want to finish on a kind of a hot streak, because that'll probably give you some good momentum going into January.
Now let's talk about these two teams heading into this game. This is the first of 2 games between these 2 squads. It's a home and away series, so this tonight will be the only game that Weber will be in town here in Newport Richey. They'll be on the road at the home arena in Babson Park, Florida, where Weber's International University plays. So again, a 1-1 series, a home and an away series. This series, though, heading into tonight, it's a 2-2 series. However, the home team has dominated. The home team is 4-0 in this series. However, again, that means PHSC is 2-0 here in this series at home. So the home team has really had the advantage here in this series so far between these 2 squads.
And the big thing, Dylan, the Bobcats are undefeated every game we broadcast the game.
Yep.
So we are 2-0 in the broadcasting booth for the Bobcats, so we expect that to continue tonight.
Now these 2 teams, one little note to mention here, a few notes actually to mention here heading into the night's game, 667. That is the amount of days that PHSC and Weber International JV squad last played back in February of 2020, February 2nd to be exact. That was the last game that PHSC and Weber International JV actually had a contested game between each other, and that was in Babson Park, Florida, where Weber International is located. So again, some interesting facts there. And also, this is the first game between these 2 schools that hasn't been played in January or the February months, as all 4 meetings were either in January or February of the season. So this is the first game heading around the November and December mark here in the season. The last win for PHSC versus Weber JV was a 38-point victory at home on January 29, 2020, 91-53. I think the Bobcats will be hoping that would be kind of what the game would be like tonight, but obviously basketball, and this is a different team too as well, so we're not sure how these 2 teams are going to play out, and that's really one of the big questions is how do you prepare for a team that you haven't seen in 2 years? I mean, you haven't seen this team in almost 2 years of play. I mean, you can't really prep for this game. It's 2 different squads here heading into tonight's game.
Yeah, Dylan, and the Weber program, the varsity program, has played D1 schools this season with the likes of Jacksonville and North Florida out of is it the ASUN Conference?
ASUN, Atlantic Sun Conference, yep.
So you got to figure this is the JV squad, which is appropriate for Pasco-Hernando to play because, of course, we have freshman, sophomore level players.
Yep.
But when you have a varsity program that's playing at those kind of levels, your freshmen and sophomore have talent. So let's not let the name deceive people. Although it's called the JV squad, it's on the same level as our freshman, sophomore here at Pasco-Hernando.
And remember, there's 3 full squads that this program actually has to offer. They have a varsity squad, which plays obviously the D1 schools, and they play obviously the NAIA schools such as Southeastern, so they play some really good schools. And then you have 2 JV teams. You have a green team and a black team here for this Weber International squad. So they have a lot of players on their roster. They probably have a lot of moving up and down as well throughout the season, whether they're injuries and such that occur. Obviously, that does happen a lot in basketball with injuries. So definitely something interesting to note there for this program. Again, PHSC and Weber International here, the only meeting between these 2 teams here at home this season. We'll have it all covered for you here in under a minute to go. As again, this is really the final game for us here on the air in an official capacity, as next week we'll be on the air for the Bobcat Bowl. If you guys are interested in going out to the game, it is a free event and fans are allowed to come out and support whether it be the students or the faculty, and that is going to be really fun next week, and we're going to have a blast being able to get to call that game. And it's going to be kind of a lighthearted affair compared to our games here, where we're kind of more professional and more of a serious type of broadcast that we like to give out to the audience.
Oh, there'll be a lot of trash talking next week, Dylan.
Oh, for sure, definitely. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. So under 30 seconds here left on the clock. Again, a few notes here heading into tonight's game for PHSC. We have a first-timer in the lineup on the bench tonight. This is going to be Elliot Roos. He will be playing his first game tonight if he is able to get some playing time here tonight for PHSC. So here we go, PHSC and Weber International. The starting five for PHSC looks like this: Jacob Zio, DeAndre Devon, Edgar Enriquez, Warren McLymont, got to get that correct there, and then number 4, Seth Grimshaw, is going to be in for the Bobcats to begin tonight's game. As for the Weber International JV Black team tonight, number 2, Darius Cook, will be in the game to begin out. Number 3, Ryan Brown. Number 4, Tajay Green. Number 15 is going to be Arik Adams. And number 5, that is going to be Mays Hightower to begin the game here for Weber International JV's black team. So here we go. Weber International winning the tip. First shot is up over the rim, no good. That shot was off by Mays Hightower to begin the game. Jacob Zio with the ball now, passes it to DeAndre Devon. Devon not able to keep control of it. He's gonna lose the ball. Shot is off. Nice job there by DeAndre Devon with the block. And that will be it'll be out of bounds, so we'll stay Weber possession here to begin the ball game. So still already no score, but high octane start here for both squads.
Nice comeback there by DeAndre, giving up the turnover, but then coming back with the block.
Shot from three-point land off the rim, no good. Bobcats trying to keep this winning streak going after coming off a big win against Florida Gateway. Jacob Zio trying to go up. That's going to be a foul, however, a shooting foul there, and there will be. Actually, it'll be a personal foul there, so it'll be inbound pass for PHSC. Seth Grimshaw behind the rim, passing it in, passes it into DeAndre Devon. Again, the Bobcats coming off a big victory against Florida Gateway last Tuesday. They have yet to play since that game. Edgar Enriquez starting out hot. He's the first points of the game here for both squads.
Nice pass there by Warren.
Edgar Enriquez had a really good game, Bob, and had 17 rebounds. 12 of those were defensively, so he should be a definitely big piece of defense, a big piece to this defensive squad here for PHSC. And the second shot is in for the Bobcats here, as Edgar Enriquez is now have 4 points early here to begin tonight's ball game, and it looks like a timeout was called here early in this game.
Edgar, the recipient of a couple of great passes down low, right into the basket there.
So only a minute and 10 seconds into the game, and already Weber taking a timeout, not liking what they see right now here early in this ball game.
Well, we've seen good ball movement by the Bobcats. Talking to Coach Jones, they know they've got quickness and some good ball handlers, so that'll be something that Weber is going to have to contest all night long.
Obviously no changes at all made here to be here, only a minute 10 in. So again, we'll keep with the same starting five that started at the beginning of the clock here for PHSC and for Weber International JV. Two-man block there. Nice job by Grimshaw, able to get a hand on it. However, Weber able to recover, and that is going to be out of bounds. It will be Bobcats basketball, and not really a great job there by Weber. Not really, I guess, really more of a surrounding than instinct sort of thing that happened there with the out-of-bounds play.
Yeah, I don't think Weber has settled in yet. They got to calm down a little bit.
Shot by DeAndre Devon from three-point range. That is good, and it's already 7-0 here early in this game here. Bobcats are adding on quickly. And if you're Weber at this point in the game, only 2 minutes in, 7-0 lead, it is still very manageable here early in the game, but if you're the Bobcats, you definitely, or if you're, Weber, you definitely need some points here right now in this possession to really get back on track. Shot is up. That's a floater, no good. And the Bobcats able to get possession. Warren McLymont with the steal here for the Bobcats. Seth Grimshaw now with the basketball. Hands it to Warren. Warren over to DeAndre Devon. Devon from 3, and that's no good. Devon is second in three-pointers made with 7 out of 41 three-point shots attempt this season, so he's definitely been a good three-point shooter here for the Bobcats. That's going to be a foul there on PHSC. It's going to be on number 4, Seth Grimshaw, his first of the evening.
I want to welcome all the viewers out there, Dylan. We had a good crowd last time. We'll have to check in later, see how many we have on our broadcast.
First shot is up, and that is no good off the back of the rim.
I want to thank James and Tyler, too, for doing our audio today and audio visual. They do a great job, so we can just focus on announcing.
Some substitutions here for Weber International. Number 2, number 4, Tajay Green and Mays Hightower both have checked out of the game here. And coming into the game here is number 10. That is going to be Vandal McGill.
Good steal there by Weber.
Shot is off, no good. Edgar Enriquez with the rebound, and again, that's one of the things you want to see here from Edgar is those rebounds. He again had a really nice game, 12 rebounds defensively for Edgar Enriquez last game. Pass over to Edgar Enriquez. Enriquez shot is off, no good off the rim. Rebounded though by the Bobcats. Offensive rebound. Enriquez using his size to his advantage. That's going to be called a foul, and Enriquez is heading to the line. Great job by Enriquez, able to use his size, pushing into the lane, and able to cause a foul there in his favor.
Seems to be a big point of emphasis, get Enriquez the ball down low, because we've seen that about 3 out of the 4 possessions already.
He's really been a big part of this really of this offense and this defense when it comes to rebounds and when it comes to, you know, trying to get the ball back in the favor of the Bobcats here this season.
He really goes up strong to the basket, Dylan. You have a lot of guys who want to dribble and do some fancy stuff. He just goes right up there and shoots.
Really one of the few guys on this team who brings that size advantage here for PHSC. Celis Thomas in the game still for the Bobcats. Again, no changes up to this point here for PHSC. Well, actually, excuse me, there is one change. Seth Grimshaw is out of the game. I believe Marcellus actually checked in for Seth Grimshaw. 9-1 is your score here. Only 1 point so far, and that came off a free throw by Weber, and that shot is good. It's now 11-1. 10-point lead for the Bobcats here early in this game.
That was DeAndre Devon with the jump shot there.
And that's going to be, I believe, a foul there on the play. That will be a foul. That's going to be on Jacob Zio, his first of the day.
11-1 Bobcat lead early here, Dylan.
This is reminiscent of the Trinity College game here a few weeks ago. That was the opening night game. Weber just trying to get on the board, trying to make their first shot attempt. That's good. Three-pointer, and it's now 11-4, and just like that, it's back under a 10-point lead for the Bobcats.
That was a rainmaker, Dylan. That one I was afraid was going to hit the roof of the gym.
Well, that's such a huge shot there for Weber because up to that point, they only had one shot made, and that was a free throw attempt. So that was their first field goal / three-point attempt made of the evening.
Right back to Edgar Enriquez for the Bobcats down low for the bucket.
That's number 10, Vandal McGill. Shot is good, and that three-pointer is in. And just like that, Weber International's JV squad has already cut down at this lead here.
That was Elliot Roos for the Warriors with a nice three-pointer. They really shoot some. Oh, I'm sorry, that was
Vandal McGill.
Vandal McGill. Yep. I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong roster.
Foul is on number 10, though, Vandal McGill. And, McLymont. Pass was to Warren there on the pass, and a very tough, very aggressive play for the basketball there. That was number 10 there, Vandal McGill, who we had just mentioned. Both of them kind of ran. It was almost like a football type play there, kind of going up in the air, almost like a Hail Mary.
Hey, used to seeing that on Sunday afternoons.
Warren McLymont with the pass in. Jacob Zio, who was our player of the game last game, versus Florida Gateway College, Edgar Enriquez. That's going to be a foul, and he'll head to the line to shoot for 2. 3 fouls up to this point. Well, now it'll be 4 now here for this Weber International squad. 2 up to this point for PHSC.
They're really feeding the ball down low to Edgar Enriquez.
First shot is good by Edgar Enriquez. Edgar really playing a good game up to this point. Has been good from the free throw line. He's made those highly contested shots at the rim, and again, it's been a good dominant force so far up under the basket.
Really the best free throw shooter at 88.2% from the free throw line.
Yeah, he's second in the team in free throw percentage. So he's definitely one of the bright spots when it comes to PHSC at the line here this season at the charity stripe. Little over a quarter or 3/4 left to play here in this first half of action. Again, 15-7 is your score. It's an 8-point lead for PHSC. Warren's shot is no good. In and out of the rim there for the Bobcats. Stays 15-7. Pass over to the wing, and that shot's good. Number 25, that's Nalesia Thompson there on the shot. And it's now 15-9. That shot, though, is good by Jacob Zio. Just like that, the Bobcats respond quickly there, and a great job there. Nice layup by Jacob Zio. I was going to mention, too, in the pregame, that shot from 3 in and almost kind of like it was almost in and out there. Zio, pass it over to DeAndre Devon. A lot of moving bodies there for Weber, kind of confused there, and Jacob Zio in the right place at the right time, finds an open hole and able to make a shot for the Bobcats. It's now 19-9, 10-point lead here for PHSC.
Good pass there by Marcellus Thomas to feed Zio down low.
And PHSC was almost kind of confusing Weber there for a moment there on the offensive situation there for the Bobcats. So it's, again, so far offensively and defensively, really nothing to complain so far for PHSC. They've really done a good job on both sides of the basketball.
Yeah, Coach Jones got to be happy. I mean, remember what he told us last time, even during those few losses to the D1 programs, he felt like his team was getting better every game they play, and you can kind of see improvement, too, in this first couple of minutes of this game.
Mm-hmm. We're going to mention as I was going to say, for Weber, a lot of players on this Weber team out of country. A lot of guys who aren't from the United States. A lot of guys from Paris, France. There's on this JV black team here for Weber International. Richard Augustine's from Nassau, Bahamas.
Yep, see Houston, Texas, Mississippi, Georgia, D.C.
Tajay Green, he's from Toronto, Canada. So again,
Virginia.
a lot of players here from different parts of the country and even from out of the country. That pass was to the other side of the court there. Almost wasn't able to get a good control there was Ryan Brown. And that's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be PHSC basketball. Not really a great pass there on the hands of Weber, and it'll be a turnover here for the Weber International Warriors. Again, out of Babson Park, Florida. Their varsity counterparts, they're in the NAIA, as I mentioned. They're out of the Sun Conference. And that shot is up, no good. A charging foul, though, however.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that call there, Dylan. To charge, you got to have your defenders got to have position for at least a little bit. I don't know about that.
That was Warren McLymon charged with the foul there, and that was a three-point shot that was going to, if it wasn't a foul, it would have been counted, and that would have extended this lead here for the Bobcats. And another turnover, a few quick turnovers, and possibly another turnover, and that is going to go out of bounds. I'm not sure how they're going to call this, just a lot of almost chain basketball, if you will. It's kind of.
I think they got a foul called on Weber there for reach in or something, just as the ball was going out of bounds. So Bobcats will inbound it underneath their own basket.
It's going to be number 5 with the foul here, Mays Hightower, his first of the evening. 5 fouls already here for Weber International, which is definitely nerve-wracking if you're Weber, because you're not even halfway through this first half and you might be in bonus time.
Yeah, Weber's bringing in a few more big men to try to counteract what the Bobcats are doing.
Tip ball up in the air. That's going to go out of bounds, and it will be Weber ball still. So Weber retains possession here. 13:03 left to play. 21-9 is your score right now. So far, 2 timeouts taken by Weber, none so far taken by PHSC. In the last game, it was kind of the opposite. PHSC had taken a lot of their timeouts, and then Florida Gateway had taken no timeouts at all in the last game.
Yeah, which was interesting because the benches were a little light in that game.
Pass in three-point territory. Shot is almost good, but not able to go through. But the putback there for Weber International by number 25, Najee Thompson. And that was good, so it's back to a 10-point lead. That's going to be almost a turnover on Weber, but it's going to be a travel on Weber. They're going to say it's a travel on number 2, Darius Cook. He went to go back and get the basketball, and they called it a travel on Darius Cook. Some changes in the game. Seth Grinshaw comes in for DeAndre Devon, and number 10, Elliot Roos, comes in as well. This is his first time in the game, and he's going to have his first handle with the basketball here so far this season. That's up in the air, and that is going to be 2 for Marcellus Thomas.
I guess that wasn't a shooting foul there, Dylan.
It looked like it was for
yeah,
a moment, but I think it was on the foul on number 2.
Yeah, and he was going up. I think he was going up to pass,
So Darius Cook was actually with the moment charged with the foul there. That's his 6th, or the 6th team foul here so far for Weber. Shot is up over the rim, and we've seen that a few times already here so far in this game. Seth Grimshaw over to Elliot Roos. Roos for his first shot of the season, and what a way to start out your season.
That's gotta feel good.
Well, actually, it's going to be called a 2-point shot there. He must have been inside the 3-point line. Kind of hard to tell from our angle here.
Real soft touch on that shot. Ooh.
And that's way over the bench. That's going to be an out-of-bounds play. So PHSC will gain possession after the pass, and that wasn't even close. That was over the bench.
No, that looked like a throwaway pass, like maybe in the NFL. When you want to throw it away, make sure nobody intercepts it.
Maybe that was just too much power on that toss over on the other side of the core. That shot's good by Edgar Enriquez, a lay in there, 25-11, 14-point lead for the Bobcats here with a little over halfway to play here in the first half.
That was a nice quick move by Edgar. Did you see how he caught that ball and he went right up, all in like one motion?
Bobcats now have possession again. Turnover again by the Weber International JV squad.
Really impressed with the athleticism of the Bobcats. They got some guys that can really move.
Edgar passes it, not really a good pass. It will be a turnover. There was almost kind of like a stop there for a moment. I'm not sure, maybe they were waiting for a possible foul call, and that's going to be an air ball there. So it's going to be, again, another turnover for Weber.
Bobcats up 25-11 here about midway through the first half.
Really, but Weber has not really been able to get anything going up to this point. They've had a few little streaks, if you will. That shot's good. That's a 3-point shot there by number 2 for PHSC, Demarion Scott. Again, really nothing going in Weber's way up to this point. Weber not a little collision or a little battle for the basketball there. It's going to be traveling. It's going to be traveling on PHSC. There was a battle for the basketball there, and I'm guessing that's what caused the traveling call there to be made. Pass over to number 5. That's going to be Mays Hightower. Shot is good. That's a 3-point shot there for the Warriors. Shot is off. That shot's good. Three-point play by Demarion Scott. 31-14 Bobcats. That's a big shot there by Demarion Scott on that play. That shot's up, no good. Pass over to Seth Grimshaw. Grimshaw now drives in. He's going to dish it out, though. Looked like it was going toward Elliott Roos. Nobody under the rim. That shot's good by number 25, Nalesia Thompson. Demarion Scott again, another opportunity. That's no good, but Warren McLement went up for the play to try and get that putback. He's going to hit to the line, though, to shoot for two after the foul. And now Bobcats are in the bonus. 7 fouls already up to this point here for Weber in the first half of action. That's also Darius Cook's third foul here this evening for Weber. So definitely something to keep an eye on here the remainder of the game. Already 3 fouls up to this point here for Darius Cook. Second shot is in. Bounced a little bit there, but able to get that shot in. Weber now with the basketball. Shot is up. That's over the rim again. Another one of those shots by Weber where it just flew over the rim, and that's again an air ball there by Weber. Grimshaw had tried to pass it over to Warren, but not able to get a clean pass there. It was almost just a bad placing, if you will, there.
Yeah, I think he thought Warren was going one way, but Warren went the other way.
Yeah.
And the ball wound up going out of bounds.
We talked to Warren before the game. We were pronouncing his name wrong for the first 2 games of the season, so we were trying to make sure to get his name right here, the last name correctly here for the first part, for this part of the game here. So hopefully we're doing it justice.
McClymont.
McClymont, yep. There is a shot from McClymont. That is no good, however. It's going to be rebounded by Weber. Quick pace here for Weber. They're trying to get a shot here, trying to get back on track. That is going to be a foul, though, on PHSC. DeAndre Devon checking in for Seth Grimshaw. Hands it in, almost like a handoff there by Weber for the inbound pass. Pass over to the other side of the court. This is Darius Cook. Shot from Cook off the backboard, no good. So no rim on that shot there. Stays 33-16. Jacob Zio passes it to DeAndre Devon. Again, he's one of the top 3-point shooters on this team. Shot is off. That is good by Jacob Zio, the player of the game against Florida Gateway last week. Jacob Zio had a really good game last week against Florida Gateway. 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 steals last week for this Bobcats team. And, a battle for the basketball again. Another aggressive battle for the basketball. Went out of the hands of Nalesia Thompson.
Bobcats ball.
It will be Bobcats basketball as it was last touched by Weber. So the Bobcats will have possession, and that's really just been the story of the game. It's just kind of sloppy work up to this point here for Weber and for the Warriors.
Yeah, think if you're Weber, you want to calm the game down a little bit. It seems like they're playing a little too fast.
Yep. And that's going to be a turnover on the Bobcats.
I could see that call there, Dylan. You want to set a screen for your player, but you can't be moving when you set the screen.
It's going to be an offensive foul here for PHSC. It's going to be, that was on number 2, Demarion Scott on the foul. Shot from 3-point range. That's off the rim, no good. Nice job by Edgar Enriquez jumping up in the air. And again, he uses his size when he's under the rim a lot, but that was really a great athletic play there, able to jump up to get that basketball and get the rebound.
I don't know what Edgar ate for Thanksgiving, but whatever he ate, they ought to give him more of that because he's been all over the place tonight.
Edgar's really played well, and it looks like number 2, Demarion Scott, he was holding his finger, almost like he got jammed. I don't know if you can see there, Demarion's almost kind of shook it off there a little bit. That shot's good though by DeAndre Devon, but I don't know if maybe Demarion Scott got his hand maybe jammed, and sometimes that happens when you're trying to get a basket, a pass over, so that might have been what occurred. And PHSC now gets the ball back after the turnover by Weber. I don't know if you heard Coach Jones, but it looks like he said he was bleeding. I don't think it matters, though. DeMarion's going to still make that shot. What a shot by DeMarion Scott. And if that is true, if he is bleeding, keeps looking at his hand, I mean, that's be able to make a shot off with your hand that's bleeding, that's a pretty impressive play then by DeMarion Scott.
We had an offensive charge here against Weber, and so that'll be Bobcats ball.
Yeah, DeMarion's going to come off the court here, so not sure if he's got an injury, but yeah, it'll be Bobcats basketball.
Yeah, if he is bleeding, they'll take care of that, make sure they stop that.
We got our trainer, Mary Manning, here to take care of all the injuries and such.
I think Mary's listening to our broadcast. She needs to pay attention over there. She's got DeMarion going.
She's probably going to start laughing. We'll see her over there.
She should know he's heard if she's listening to our broadcast.
Oh, there she is going into action. Bobcats up 39-16. It's been all PHSC. It's a 23-point lead here for PHSC up to this point.
See if Weber can slow it down a little bit, get a decent shot off.
Drives in, and that is good.
Yeah, there you go.
Ryan Brown with the shot and the layup. Kind of interesting because Brown really could have taken a long-range shot, but it's better just to drive in, maybe take a little bit of an easier shot there and get the points that they really desperately need at this point. Shot is up by Marcellus Thomas. That's no good. Shot is up by Enriquez. That is good, though, and Enriquez a putback. And what can Edgar Enriquez not do?
I don't know what they fed him at Thanksgiving, but we need to give him more of that.
Marcellus Thomas, about to mention with him, he actually left the game back in the second half of action against Florida Gateway. Talked to Coach Jones about that injury, and he had said he looked 100%. He had a good few days of practice, and he looks like he's ready to go, and he's been playing relatively well as well here tonight versus Weber International.
Timeout here for Weber, Dylan.
That is the third timeout called already here for Weber International. Still no timeouts taken here by PHSC. It's been an opposite game here from the Florida Gateway game last Tuesday. So again, a timeout called here, 41-21, a 20-point lead here for the PHSC Bobcats.
Hope all of our viewers out there had a great Thanksgiving. Dylan, did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Had a very nice Thanksgiving, Bob. Watched some football, watched a little bit of college basketball that was on as well. College football was actually being played that night. I watched the Egg Bowl. Mississippi State and Ole Miss. Can't complain about that. So it was a great Thanksgiving. How about yourself, Bob?
We did good. We had the gobbler games, so people in my family like to compete. So we got corn toss going. We had a little putting contest. We had billiards.
There you go.
Yeah, so we played the gobbler games.
Yep. Obviously this week, kind of bittersweet week this week. As we mentioned, this is not only our final broadcast of the season, official, I guess you could say in an official capacity, but also this is the final week of classes for anybody here at PHSC. This is the final week of school for everybody, so closing out the semester strong for everybody, hopefully.
I'm sure all of our students are really upset that the classes are coming to an end.
Yeah. Obviously, the spring semester, hopefully, will just be right around the corner. You get a month off of school, that should be nice, so hopefully everyone has a safe and happy and healthy holiday season and a healthy winter break. A little over 5 minutes of play here in the first half of action. Bobcats really have dominated so far this game. 20-point lead up to this point. DeAndre Devon with the basketball. Shot from three. That is no good. Coach Jones was yelling, shoot it to DeAndre Devon, trying to get that shot off before the shot clock went off. That was way, though, to the right of the basket, so didn't go in. And it will be a turnover. Really, if DeAndre didn't get it off, it would have been a turnover regardless.
Yeah, still a shot clock violation because it didn't touch the rim or the backboard.
Well, in that scenario, it's better to get a shot off, and maybe even possibly worst-case scenario, if it does miss like that, you might have somebody there and be able to recover the basketball in the favor of the Bobcats. So that could have ended up in the Bobcats' favor. That shot, though, is good by number 10, Vandal McGill Jr. Vandal McGill out of Picayune, Mississippi. Went to Picayune Memorial High School. I hope I said that city right. Hopefully, if any of his family's listening at all to our broadcast, we would like to apologize. We do pronounce that city wrong, but nonetheless, 41-24 is still the score right now. It's now under 20 points as the lead for the Bobcats. Still a relatively hefty lead, though, here for the Bobcats. That shot is up. That's no good off the rim. Edgar Enriquez with another rebound for Edgar Enriquez, and he very well could be in double-double territory here tonight. That shot, though, is good by number 2, Demarion Scott, and it's back to a 20-point lead for the Bobcats. That shot's up. That's good for a lay-in. And back to 44-26.
I think Demarion's hand is just fine there, Dylan.
Yeah, I think he after the trainer meeting with Mary Manning, I think he's doing okay. That shot almost went in. Nice job there by Warren, able to get the ball back. I was expecting possibly maybe a foul call or maybe a jump ball situation possibly, but that did not happen. Shot is up, that's no good, but a foul on the play and a hard landing there at the end of that play. That was number 10 there, Vandal McGill on the shot. The foul's gonna be on Edgar Enriquez, his first of the evening here for the Bobcats. 6 fouls up to this point for PHSC. They are in bonus territory, however, they may very well not be in the bonus troubles at all for the remainder of the first half if they don't commit another foul here. So Vandal McGill will have a chance for 2 free throw shots here for for Weber. First shot's good. Now 17-point lead here for the Bobcats. If he's able to make this shot, it will be a 16-point lead. And that shot's good too. So it's now a 16-point lead here for the Bobcats. 44-28 is the score. 6 fouls for PHSC as a team, 8 so far for Weber. Again, they were in foul troubles, and PHSC is in the bonus when there's a foul. That shot's good. Demarion Scott, the hot hand, and possibly almost looked like an injured hand, but he looks refined and well. He's shooting the ball very well.
Mary
shot
fixed
is off.
His hand really good.
No good. Demarion Scott with the rebound. It's almost like when Mary fixed the hand, it's almost like he's got new life. Shot is off again. Almost another opportunity, but Demarion Scott able to get the rebound. Back to Scott. Scott now drives in, and a nice shot from Scott. That's good, and he's made the last 3 shot attempts for the PHSC Bobcats. That is 8 points straight for Demarion Scott.
I like how the Bobcats can ride a guy with a hot hand, you know?
And that's kind of what I wrote down here in the pregame notes, if you will. I wrote down that players to watch the entire team, because really anybody on this team can step up in a given night. Everybody has really done a good job stepping up. We've seen Warren step up. We've seen Jacob Zio step up. We've seen a lot of big players step up here throughout this season and really give a big impact to this team. That ball's off the shot clock. The shot clock is covered. It's covered with a metal kind of chain link, material. So
at this pace, Dylan, Bobcats will break 100 points for the game.
Well, the last time the Bobcats won here in Newport Richey, they broke 100 points. So, excuse me, they have broken 100 points, I should say, against this Weber team. That is going to be a little too far out to make a shot on there for Weber. That's going to be a turnover, though, and it's going to be on Weber. So the Bobcats able to get the ball back. It is now, again, 51-28 to score. It has been all PHSC here in the first half of action.
Quick-paced action, Dylan. Not a lot of standing around. This has been floor to floor, end to end for the court.
Well, the thing that's really been helping PHSC is really their offense. They've kind of played into their offense. Like, they've really, I would say, controlled Weber in a sense when it comes to being able to play into their game. And that shot is off the back of the rim, no good. Weber just trying to get something going. They have not gotten anything going here tonight. Edgar Enriquez missed the block attempt. That shot is good. It's now back to 20 points as the lead for PHSC. Enriquez now with the basketball. He's been very good tonight. DeAndre Devon has also been very good. Sells Thomas over to Devon. Devon from three, wide open three, no good, however. Elliot Russo with the ball, and he's gonna turn it over, stolen by Weber. Weber now with the ball, trying to get a shot off here, under a minute to play in the first half. Almost turned over. And I don't know if that was a shot or a pass. I'm not really too sure what to make that call on. Demarion Scott, a hard play. Surprised there wasn't a foul there. That almost looked like there might have been a foul. This is number 4. This is Tajay Green, the kid from Toronto, Canada, trying to make a play. That was no good, but that's an easy play. And this is almost feeling like the end of a game where it's just kind of easy shots getting put up.
I'm getting worn out, Dylan, just watching it.
Makes me want to take a shower after the game.
Yeah, my head keeps going back and forth. I'm getting tired from my head going from one side to the other.
7 seconds. There's under 5 to play here in the first half. A shot will have to get taken. That shot is up. No good. An air ball shot by Weber. And 53-31 is the score heading into the second half of action. We'll recap here in just a moment. But, Bob, we got to catch our breath here. It has been a really fast-paced game. And really, the Bobcats have just played their game. I mean, Weber just hasn't been able to really get their game going here tonight.
I think you see the versatility here of the Bobcats. I mean, they were going to Edgar down low for a lot of baskets, but when they needed ball movement, they were moving the ball real good, and then you saw some of the three-point shooting there. So they mixed in a little bit of everything in the first half.
What's been great, too, is you've seen a lot of players getting some, shots off. You got to see Elliot Roos get his first shot of the season, which was a really nice shot, actually, to be exact. I thought it was in three-point range, but it was kind of hard to tell from our angle. We saw Demarion Scott really have a hot hand late in the quarter, or late in the half, excuse me. So a really all-around good job here by the Bobcats, able to really incorporate a lot of different pieces that have been successful up to this point here for the season.
And I think if you're Weber, it seemed like when they tried to slow the game down a little bit more on their offensive side, they actually came up with some better shots. I think they were rushing it a little bit, especially early in the game there.
Yeah. All right, well, we are going to take a very quick break. Again, 53-31 is your score. But, Bob, right before we take this break, what do you say is really the keys here for both squads heading into this second half of action? Because it couldn't be at all a different game for both teams. I mean, if you're Weber, you're walking the locker room with your head down right now, wondering how you're going to be able to get back into this game.
Weber had a good couple of defensive series there toward the end of the first half. So I think if you're Weber, I think you want to build on things that maybe worked a little bit better in the first half. But you see Coach Jones here before he even goes into the locker room. His whole thing is how his team can get better game by game, and I'm sure half by half. So he'll go in and make some adjustments and see what they can work on in the second half. And
he also has said, too, as well, just that fast-paced style of play, because it's such a guard-heavy team that they have. So they've been able to really play into their system. Weber has really, kind of just played into the PHSC system. They really haven't been able to counteract this PHSC style of play. They've kind of almost tried to keep up with it, and it just hasn't worked in their favor. I think if you're Weber, changing the way they're playing isn't really helping them right now in the way their score is.
No, one thing I realized, Dylan, there's a lot of athletic guys on the Bobcats, and I think we also see some unselfishness. There are guys that get hot on the Bobcats, and you can see players trying to feed them the ball because they know they have the hot hand, and we've seen it could be any number of 4 or 5 guys on the Bobcats that get the hot hand.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in about, I would say, 10 minutes maybe? We'll be back here, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back here in just a few moments for the second half of action as the Bobcats and Weber. 53-31 is your score here as we head into the second half of action here from Newport Richey, Florida. Dylan Spalding, Bob Bade with you here as we get into the second half of action here from Newport Richey. 53-31 is your score, and just as the last couple of games here in the series, the home team has dominated again. It's the home team series, if you will, between these two squads, and right now PHSC, the way it's looking like they very well could possibly be heading in to their third home victory between Weber. And also, they would break a few of the, I guess you could say, even streaks here, in not only in this series, but also with their overall record and their home record. They are 3-3 at home and 5-5 overall, as well as this series being a tied at 2 apiece between both programs. PHSC might be breaking some of these even records here tonight between Weber.
Yeah, psychologically, it always seems to be so much better if you're 6-5 than when you're 5-5.
Yep.
You have a winning record, and like we said, the Bobcats may be on a little bit of a roll here, and they have a few more games next week, and that would set the stage to really put you in a good feeling going into January with the 3-week break, and then you come back in January feeling good about yourself.
Yeah, let's actually take a look real quick at what's to come. If you kind of catching off, you know, breaking off here from what you were saying there. Going and looking at PHSC's remaining schedule here. Again, they have Trinity Baptist on Thursday. That's going to be a road game in Jacksonville. That's on December 2nd. They'll be at home against Indian River State on Saturday for a Saturday matinee on the final game of the fall-winter season here for the Bobcats, or I guess fall-winter half of the season before they kick off in January again. They'll take on Oxford College of Emory to kick back off the remainder of the season and kick back off the spring semester here at PHSC on January 6, 2022. And as for Weber, taking a look at their green and black team in the remainder of the year, only one more game remaining here in the 2021 year. Both the green team and the black team will be playing tomorrow. The green team will be playing Trinity College, who we got to see earlier on in the season, and Tampa Patriots will be taking on the black team, the team that we're watching tonight here for Weber International. And then both teams will be playing Kaiser on January 9th to kick back off their season, and they will also both be playing St. Thomas University on Wednesday, January 12th as well to continue the January portion of their season. So again, both teams, you know, we'll have a little bit of a null, if you will, between December and January, but more so than ever, Weber International will be playing a month's worth of basketball. So they got a little bit of a stretch, if you will, until their next game is being played.
Getting ready to kick off the second half here, but I'll tell you, if you're a basketball fan, you got a lot of action in these games going.
Yep. A lot of good action here for both squads. The starting 5 for PHSC is the same as it begun. Pretty much the same group that started the game here tonight for PHSC. A little bit of, I believe, a different group here for this Weber International team. That basketball is coming right towards us, behind us, actually.
It's you, Dylan.
Right next to us.
It's your chance to throw an inbound pass.
I don't want to hit anybody.
Good job. You did
Thank
a good
you.
job
I
there.
appreciate it.
It's your best pass of the season.
The broadcaster doing playing some basketball, if you will.
You could be the first ever player broadcaster, Dylan.
I'm like the sideline reporter. 53-31 is your score here, and Newport Richey to kick off the second half of action. That first shot is good, and the first points in the second half goes to Weber. Shot was by Ryan Brown. Again, I think the only player that didn't start in the first half of action was Elijah Thompson.
Nice basket there, DeAndre Devon, three-pointer.
Devon, who's, again, been really good from the three-point line this season. Pass over to the middle of the court. Shot is good, and it's now 56-35. Seth Grimshaw over to DeAndre Devon. Oh, Warren had a hand right in front of his face there after the pass was handed to him. Edgar Enriquez now passes over to Seth Grimshaw. That shot's for three, no good. Warren McLymont there trying to get the rebound, but it went into Weber's favor, however. Weber now trying to slow the pace down a little bit. Shot is up, that's no good. There was no traveling call there. It almost looked like there could have been a traveling call, but there was no traveling call there because it was all one motion. It was still that motion of making that shot off. So no traveling there was called for that reason. Shot is off by DeAndre Devon, off the rim, no good. DeAndre Devon rebounds it himself, though, and puts it back in. Nice job there by Devon. Right place at the right time. Ball drops right into his hands and able to get that shot off there for the putback.
Right place at the right time, but they always tell you, follow your shot.
Yep.
When you shoot it, follow your shot for the rebound, which he did.
Shot off, and that's good. Number 10, Vandal McGill with the shot. 37-58 the score. It's a 21-point lead for PHSC. Devon from three, that's good. A great shot from Devon, and he has been really good from the three-point range. And that has really been, I would say, one of the big things contributing to this lead is those three-point shots being made by the Bobcats. They've looked really good tonight from three-point territory.
Not sure what the percentage is, Dylan, but it's got to be a pretty good one from three-point lines.
Yeah, they've looked really good around the arc. 61-37 is the score right now for PHSC. They hold the lead right now. Shot is off. Off the rim, no good. Edgar Enriquez had a hand on it, able to get it over to Grimshaw. Grimshaw with the rebound. Jacob Zio drives in. Oh, nice little two-step there by Jacob Zio, but not able to get that shot off. DeAndre Devon, though, steals it. Zio, mid-ranger. That shot's good, and Jacob Zio had to get out around the referee there, but a great shot there by Zio. And again, shades of what we saw last Tuesday. Really had a great game last Tuesday for PHSC. And Weber's going to have an entirely new group here in just a few moments, as a lot of new faces coming into the game here for this Weber squad. Pass over, and that shot's no good. That was an easy shot. Really nobody around him, but wasn't able to get that ball up with enough imps, if you say.
Yeah, Warren will climb out with the nice, strong drive to the basket for 2 points.
And I don't want to really say this, especially how late in the, or early in the second half this is, but it almost seems like Weber is almost playing defeated, if you will. It feels like there are some plays where they just, you could tell on their facial expressions, they just look like they're defeated.
Well, they shouldn't. They had a few possessions where they really did well opening up the second half here on their side of the court, scoring a few baskets. So, again, they just got to slow the game down, maybe play some better defense here.
Lauren McLymon, that shot's good.
They're going to have to stop that, though. That's too easy for the Bobcats.
We have some fans over there on the other side trying to get into the game on that door. I'm just looking over there. We had some fans trying to open the door over there. They're watching it through the glass. I don't know if you can see Bob on the other side there, but
yeah,
we have some fans who are trying to get into the game, but they can't get in.
They need to come to the other doors.
This is like when you can't buy a ticket to go to like a Super Bowl and you're trying to watch it from like the Jumbotron or something.
Yeah, we got capacity here though to host them.
Yeah.
I think they're connecting with the lady over here on the right, so they're going to let them in.
We are following the fans here at the game here tonight.
We have drama in the outside of the stadium. There we go. She's going to let them in.
It is free of charge here, so if anybody is wanting to come out to a game and any fans are listening, it is free of charge to come out to the game. So, and we don't have a capacity issue. We'll find you a spot.
I think they already had their popcorn too, Dylan.
Yeah,
They're
there you
coming in
go.
with a bag of popcorn already ready.
They found it at the concession stands. 67-41's your score here from Newport Richey, Florida. Shot is off the backboard, no rim hit there. So that's Grimshaw. Grimshaw trying to get around. Shot is no shot, but a pass over. But that will be a foul on Grimshaw.
They must have called that an offensive foul on Seth Grimshaw.
Yeah, I believe that was a charging foul. That's Grimshaw's third of the evening here.
I tell you, they've been really easy to call these charging calls in this game.
Yeah. Well, that looked more of an aggressive. I would say that was more of an aggressive. There was definitely the Weber defending wise, he was already set, so that was a little bit of an easier charging call there to make. That shot is up, no good, in and out of the rim there by Weber. Elliot Roos. Pass over to DeAndre Devon. Elliot Roos, and that is no good, but a foul. Or really no shot made, I would say, on that play. Almost was going to be a shot there, but it will be a foul there.
Well, if you're going to foul him, don't let him go up and make the basket, because then you get a chance for a three-point play.
Yep. Especially at this stage in the game, too, where it's such a lopsided score. That shot is no good. 67-41 is your score here currently from Newport Richie. And that ball's out of bounds, and it's going to be PHSC basketball. Jacob Zio passing it in here, inbound pass to number 12, Marcellus Thomas. It's Thomas, Demarion Scott, DeAndre Devon, Elliot Roos, and Jacob Zio as your 5 right now on the floor for PHSC. Jacob Zio, a large battle for the basketball. That will be a reach and foul. Defensive foul on Weber on number 0, Joshua. Make sure I say his name right. Presume. Just trying to make sure I get the name right here. It looked like an R there on the roster sheet here. So DeAndre Devon with the ball now. Devon driving in. Shot is no good, or shot is good, excuse me, but the foul will nullify that shot there. That was DeAndre Devon on the charging foul.
Sometimes refs call these games real tight with the offensive fouls, and other times they let them play.
Yeah.
It's one of those tight games. They're going to call those offensive charges all day long.
He was pushing in, and it was that's one of those tough plays, because really the defender on that play, it's kind of difficult, because with the defender, you're not sure if he really has got the full, if he's got both feet, he's already situated. So those are kind of one of those tough plays when you have the offensive player kind of pushing in and stuff. Those are one of those tough plays. And that shot is going to be up but no good, but a foul on the play. That's going to be on number 22 there. That's Richard Augustine. Augustine from Nassau, Bahamas. Went to South Dade Senior High School, and he's majoring in criminal justice. A few of these guys have some interesting majors. Joshua Presume is majoring in sports performance, health and fitness. Got some guys majoring in sport business and pretty much sports venture, if you will. So some of the majors actually listed here for Weber International.
A couple of turnovers here by the Bobcats. Going to have to clean stuff up.
It is a 23-point lead here for the Bobcats, but for PHSC, even though the lead is where you would want it to be, you still want to play a relatively clean game. You still want to play a good game here. No. And what a dunk! Marcellus Thomas goes airborne and slams it in. I'm trying to think who would that replicate, because that was a nasty, maybe Vince Carter-like, just uses that power, if you will.
The old John Starks when he would go up high.
Marcellus Thomas, you'll play that on SportsCenter Top 10.
It was our first dunk we saw, I think, Dylan.
Yeah, I don't think we've had a dunk. Well, we might have had a few dunks, but they might have not been as, I would say, aggressive, if you will, or as almost, I would say, SportsCenter Top 10-like, if you will.
We got to get Dunkin' Donuts to sponsor the dunk of the night.
I like it. DeAndre Devon with the basketball. Marcellus Thomas trying to get out to Warren McLymont. Shot is off, and that's off the backboard and in. That's number 4, Tajay Green from Toronto, Canada.
Weber doing much better on the offensive side of the court this half.
They played good offensively, but just defensively, they just have been all around, really. They haven't been able to really counteract, as I mentioned, to this PHSC offense. This fast-paced offense has kind of picked up the pace for Weber, and they've just kind of been all over the place, really haven't got a set defense together, if you will.
Bobcats, if anything, Bobcats have stopped themselves the few times they've turned it over.
So I believe this is a timeout called here by PHSC. Is this more so a rest type thing just because of the lack of more so depth-wise? I mean, they're a little bit more deeper tonight than they were a few nights ago, but I mean,
Yeah.
you still are in a lack thereof lesser amount of players.
Coach Jones, Coach Bem not doing much strategy over there, just giving their guys a breather. Maybe talk to them a little bit here.
I mean, you're at a point in the game, you're up 23, you got a little over halfway to play. Really at a good point in the game where, you know, at this point really don't really have to put a strategy together. Just kind of keep playing the rest of the game, play a clean rest of the ball game at this point in the ball, at this point where the stage is and where the lead is at.
Well, like you said earlier, Dylan, there's wins that you feel good about, and there's wins you don't feel good about. I'm sure to feel really good about this, Coach Jones wants to see these guys play good. They have a big lead, but you don't want to see them play sloppy in the last 11 minutes here.
11:46 left to play. DeAndre Devon will be the man inbounding pass here. Again, final broadcast for us officially here in the 2021 year. I mean, such a magical year, Bob, for me and you, obviously, with the broadcast kicking off this year with baseball, and we also got into basketball. I mean, I think when we had started doing baseball back in January, I don't think we could have ever thought this would go this far with doing basketball and baseball and doing these media days. I don't think it ever would have gotten this far.
We're going to do flag football. We've got a big event in January for the fundraising.
Yep.
So we almost did kickball. I think kickball will be there before the end of the year.
Yep. We got baseball, softball coming up here on our broadcast. We're going to also have, we may have another basketball game. We may try to fit in another game or two. So stick around. You might get to see our basketball prowess coming back here.
We're going to have to get our Twitter page going so people know when we're broadcasting.
Yep. DeAndre Devon with the rebound. 72-46 right now is the score. It's a 26-point lead here for PHSC tonight. PHSC just really trying at this point to get that clock down to as least as possible to try and close things out here tonight. Weber's still not completely out of this game, but definitely got to wonder with the lead where it's at right now, and PHSC feels like they keep adding on, and you know, does that window start closing is really going to be the question here. You're going to have a major run if you're Weber if you want to have any shot of coming back into this. And that's going to be another turnover. Again, sloppy ball work up to this point here for Weber. It's going to be out of bounds, though, on Weber. So turnover by Weber there. Ball got jarred out there by by Weber, and PHSC tried to get the basketball. Weber was able to regain possession, but it went out of bounds. So PHSC now has possession. DeAndre Devon with the basketball right now for PHSC. Warren McLymont, that's good, and a foul as well. 2 and an and 1 for Warren McLymont.
We're kind of blocked. I didn't see who made that pass, but it was a beautiful pass down low.
Well, it's looking like, Bob, we're going to have a player of the game tonight.
Yeah, we got a couple players in the run, and we'll have to see what the final 10 minutes, 43 seconds brings.
I think I have 3 players right now who I would say is in the running for player of the game tonight. And that's off the bottom of the rim. It will be a foul. Darius Cook will head to the line to shoot for 2 and gets an opportunity from the charity stripe. Number 12, Marcellus Thomas with the foul, his first of the evening.
Marcellus was there, but there was also 3 other Bobcats. There was like 8 arms in the air when he shot that.
Marcellus Thomas, again, he had 13 points in the last game against Florida Gateway. He did leave the game with the injury. Checking in is Seth Grimshaw in for DeAndre Devon. Devon has had a nice game from 3-point territory. He's made some big shots tonight. He also had a good game last game against Florida Gateway. He had 12 points off the bench. Warren McLymont here with the basketball. It's Grimshaw, McLymont, Zio, Thomas, and Demarion Scott all in the game right now for PHSC. That shot's good by Jacob Zio. Nice job there, and Zio putting himself into the running for player of the game tonight again.
Good strong move to the basket. Zio coming on here with some buckets.
There's a lot of players here who are really putting themselves in the running for our player of the game, making it a little bit difficult for us to maybe choose here tonight. Warren McLymon here, the pass to Grimshaw. Grimshaw over to Demarion Scott. Demarion Scott again, another play. And Demarion Scott's had a really nice night here tonight. Been one of the top shooters here tonight here for PHSC.
Goes end to end. He breaks that pass up down here by Weber.
Bob, we're going to have a tough choice to make here for player of the game tonight.
Yeah, we are.
A lot of players been able to contribute tonight.
We may need to get people to chime in. Can they chime in on YouTube? Or
they can, yeah.
Is there? There's a way to do that?
Yeah, I want to. We may be able to get the almost like a fan vote.
See if our fans out there want to give us some feedback.
Paul Grimshaw is on our live broadcast. He said nice commentary. I believe he. I'm not sure if he's related. I don't know how he's
Paul.
related to Seth, but
yeah, that's certainly a connection there.
Maybe Seth's dad or uncle or family member at least in our broadcast. I'll actually leave the broadcast up here. We'll see maybe if anybody chimes in. So yeah, chime in, fans, and pick our player of the game tonight, and we'll have them hopefully on the broadcast after the game.
Always appreciate our fans, so let us know what you think.
Yeah. We always like the criticism, or the critique, I guess you could say, for our broadcast.
Nobody be as bad as my wife on my critique.
Marcellus Thomas with the basketball, passes it over to Grimshaw. Bobcats 78-49. It's a 29-point lead here for PHSC. That ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Weber gaining possession. If you're PHSC at this point, I mean, I don't want to say it, but you almost got this game kind of wrapped around your finger, if you will. This is kind of PHSC's game at this point. They can do whatever they want at this point in the game. Yeah, I mean, you obviously don't want to take bad shots or anything, or you don't want to really give Weber an opportunity at all at this point in the game either. But, I mean, at this point, PHSC's got a really nice cushion. Oh, Warren McLymon trying to make a run for him. McLymon gets tripped up. He's okay, though. He's get back up. That's a scary situation there when you see a player get kind of caught up there in some chaos, if you will. Under 9 minutes to play here in the second half. That foul was on number 25.
So Paul Grimshaw is Seth's dad. We did confirm that.
Seth's dad, okay.
Yep. So nice to have you, Paul. Thanks for weighing in on our broadcast.
We also see boy's mom said Thomas Marcellus as player of the game. Yes.
We still got, what, 8 minutes, 40 seconds for one of our players to emerge.
Yep. We also might add in our votes as well. We'll add in our votes, I guess, for player of the game as well. So.
But nice to have an audience out there, Dylan, and we wish everybody a happy holiday season. And
yeah. If this is, again, our final basketball game and I guess our final, really our final official game, we do appreciate everybody who has joined us throughout the entire season, whether it's been for baseball, basketball, any of our other sports that we have done in the last couple of months or really this entire year. We really do appreciate it. Again, I don't think we ever would have thought this would get to this point where we're doing basketball and other sports and doing the media days that we've done, and it's just really been a blast. We've had such a fun year this year with you, Bob, and it's been great get to know you.
Nice.
Shot is up there by Jacob Zio.
Zio strong to the basket.
Obviously, we'll say more of our goodbyes, if you will, towards the end of the broadcast here. More of our, I guess you would say, sign-offs, if you will. So, still got a lot of game left. 82-49 is the score. It's a 33-point lead here for the Bobcats. Bobcats just keep adding it on here. Shot is up. That's good.
A nice shot. It's number 10.
That's Vandell McGill.
Nice shot.
Again, kind of with that shot made there by Vandell McGill, slowed down the pace a little bit with the offense. And that's, again, as you mentioned, Bob, really what's helped Weber get into any sort of run, if you will, offensively. Shot is up. That is good. Wow, Marcellus Thomas almost was trying to just get that ball to where he can maybe be able to rebound it, but able to actually get that shot back for a putback. That's a great job there by Marcellus, able to get a hand on it and put that ball back into the hoop for a 2-point shot. Turnover, Marcellus with the turnover, or the steal, if you will. Seth Grimshaw, nice layup there by Grimshaw.
Very smooth there. Nice work by the Bobcats.
I'm going to say Seth's dad, Paul, is probably really happy.
Now, Seth probably gets that ability from Paul.
Yeah, probably.
Well, good genetics there, I'm sure.
Shot is up. That is good. Nice job there by Edgar Enriquez. Great job rebounding that basketball here. Grimshaw hands it to Jacob Zio. Zio almost was losing grip of the basketball, but it gets over to Seth Grimshaw. Grimshaw, what a nice hook pass there to Edgar Enriquez, and Enriquez, the shot is in. I believe that is going to be an and one opportunity as well.
We hadn't seen Edgar for a while. He got a lot of rest on the bench, and he's back in now, but he was a force down low in the first half.
Well, he's been making his presence known already here late in this game. Had a rebound there, and now a and one opportunity here. 88-51 is your score. It's a 37-point lead at this point in the game. That shot is good.
Edgar will continue to have his good free throw shooting percentage. He's one of our leaders on the Bobcats, and I think he's made all 3 tonight.
89-51. The largest win margin, or the largest win for PHSC, came on that January 29th, 2020 game against Weber. It was 91-53, and if the Bobcats are able to score another 2-point shot, it will be that exact score from that January 29th game here at home. I do not imagine that will be the final score again. I can't imagine 6 minutes left, there will be no more shots made, but obviously basketball is a crazy game, so you never know. Grimshaw, shot is off from 2-point mid-range jumper, no good. Bobcats able to, though, regain possession. Shot off there by number 12, Marcellus Thomas. That's going to be no good. Weber has possession. Weber slowing the pace a little bit. Again, this is what Bob, you mentioned, the pace getting slowed back down, trying to play into their offensive game style. And that's going to be turned over, though, by Weber in PHSC's possession. That shot's good by Edgar Enriquez, using his size, and a great job by Edgar Enriquez.
Boy, Edgar just fought that one off almost, off his chest, and got it up off the backboard and in.
Shot is up, nice, almost. That was almost a nice play there by number 3, Ryan Brown. Shot was no good. Jacob Zio trying to go up, that's going to be a foul. The score is 91-53 now in the ball game, and this is exactly what the score was on that January 29th game. Again, that was a 38-point victory, which is obviously what the lead is now for PHSC. 5:13 left to play. First shot is good. Shot by Jacob Zio there. Second shot is up, that's good. So 2 points there for Zio. It's now a 40-point lead here for the Bobcats. 5 minutes here left to play, and the Bobcats going to hold on to this victory here tonight. We can already probably say at this point in the game it's a victory for the Bobcats. That shot is good. 2-pointer there for Weber. Jacob Zio passes it over. Back to Zio again. Over to Grimshaw. Grimshaw shot from 3. That's good. Nice shot there by Seth Grimshaw. It is now a 41-point lead for PHSC. This would end up being the largest margin of victory between these two schools. Whether it be Weber winning the game or PHSC, this will be the largest margin of victory in the series history. Oh, man, almost. That was Marcellus Thomas. That would have been a SportsCenter Top 10 highlight. Scott Van Pelt, better get your videotapes out, because that would have been on SportsCenter. That might have been on the PHSC highlight reel for ages.
Now, you know Marcellus is going to go back and watch that on our replay probably 100 times, trying to figure out what happened on that.
Marcellus, you could have gave us our second SportsCenter Top 10 highlight tonight.
That would have been loud if he had thrown that one down.
4:07 left to play here in action. Edgar Enriquez at the charity stripe here after the foul. That was number 22, Wretched Augustine, there on the foul. And first shot is good. 97-55, 43-point lead. And the Bobcats are trying to close out tonight's game. Definitely going to get the victory here tonight versus Weber. Just a matter of what the score is going to be at this point in the game. And that shot's good.
Bobcats shooting good from the line today, Dylan.
Yep. Very good from the line tonight here for PHSC.
Something that they got to be proud of. Coach Jones was saying he was working on guys with their mental part of the game on their free throw shooting. He's very big on routines, you know, with guys getting into a good routine from the free throw line.
Ball's turned over there on the hands of Weber, so it's going to be PHSC basketball inbound pass here. That is again, an out of bounds by Weber. So taking a look here real quick at the Bobcats win total. The Bobcats up to this point have yet to break 100. So if they get another 2-point shot, this will be their first 100-point game of the season. So definitely a nice way to finish out the, you know, winter portion of our broadcast here on a 100-point game. That would be pretty nice.
You score 100 points in these games, Dylan, you're doing something good offensively.
Yeah. Somebody said Devon for MVP on our chat there.
We got quite a variety of votes here.
We got Marcellus and Devon up to this point as our votes, so we got 1 and 1 here. Again, we'll also make our votes as well. Pass over, hook pass to Seth Grimshaw. Grimshaw is going to hold on to it, and he's going to most likely let the clock just kind of wind down here at this point in the game. As really at this point in the game, PHSC it's clock management at this point. They could just let that clock wind down and try to get to it as least as time as possible and make a shot when the shot clock's getting down as well.
Yeah, and this is something else the Bobcats can work on.
Yep. Yeah, you don't see it too much in basketball or in baseball, but more so basketball and even football and hockey. It's a lot of clock management, especially late in the game when you have a lead like this, or even when it's close as well. Bobcats, wide open man on the three-point range. Surprised there wasn't a shot made. Shot is off, no good, off the backboard. Seth Grimshaw with the basketball right now for PHSC. Almost 2-minute warning here from Newport Richie as Bobcats again just draining the clock right now here, and there was nobody over there. Demarion Scott had moved, I think, and that's gonna that won't be a foul. It will be hopefully number 20.
That was DeAndre with the swift hands there. Yeah,
hopefully he's okay though. That's number 22, Wretched Augustine from Nassau, Bahamas. He had dropped there. It looks like he's coming out. He looks like he's okay. He maybe a little shook enough after the play there. So the Bobcats will retain possession, but almost like a injury timeout, if you will, injury stoppage. So the Bobcats will have possession with under 2 minutes to play here. Bobcats finishing out tonight's game. And Weber gains possession. Elliott Roos not able to get there in time. Shot is good by number 3, Ryan Brown. Well, Bob, we got under 1 minute and 30 left to play. We do have some DeAndre Devon on his own YouTube posted DeAndre Devon for MVP or for player of the game.
He's playing now. Is he on the YouTube?
It's got to be like a family member or something.
That'd be pretty impressive if he was on YouTube while he's out there making these
He's got
baskets.
like his phone on his hand or something.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Shot is up. That's good. And it'll be a foul as well. Actually, the shot was not good. It wasn't in time, so it'll be 2 for number 5, Mays Hightower. Shot is in and out. So I guess let's make our, I guess after the free throw shot, we'll make our player of the game.
Do we have any stats? Do we have any? We don't have any up-to-date game stats, do we, Dylan?
I can try. I don't think we have any up-to-date game stats. I do not think so.
We'll have to figure out a way as we expand our broadcast. Maybe we can tap into that.
One of the scorekeepers up here maybe has some. We can try and
yeah,
right before the end of the game maybe. Clock winding down here as Bobcats are going to hold on to beat Weber. Shot is up. That is good. 98-60. As there will be a shot clock here for PHSC, so they will have to make the shot. Bob checking on the who our player of the game candidate will be, as the Bobcats just letting that clock wind down here. Most likely will be a shot clock violation taken, if not a shot off. And that will be the shot clock violation. So 4.8 left here in the game, and Bob went to go get some of the stats here. Bob, we got to make our player of the game selection. Who is it?
Well, I was trying to get the up-to-the-minute stats, and Edgar is our leading point scorer for the Bobcats.
How many?
I think he had 18. He might have had over 20. I think it's hard to hear, but he was definitely the high scorer for the Bobcats.
I would say my player of the game is going to be Edgar.
And I think Edgar, I don't have the stats on the rebounds, but I think he also had a decent amount of rebounds.
He had to have a double-double tonight.
Let's grab Edgar.
We got to get Edgar.
Yeah, and of course we had votes for many other players, and rightly so. I mean, a lot of
key contributors tonight.
Yeah, a lot of good performances by the Bobcats.
So we're going to get Edgar.
He'll be our third different player of the game, so that's good.
We'll have to have him sit over here, I guess.
Let me clear out the
area. Let's grab Edgar here real quick.
Where is Edgar?
Hey, Edgar. Edgar. Hey, we're going to have you on, man. You're our player of the game tonight. So we'll get you over here on the...
Get Edgar next to me here. I'm going to move my laptop so you have a little bit more slack there, Edgar.
Hello.
Hey, Edgar. How you doing? Welcome to the booth.
Thank you, thank you.
How's it feel to be sitting in the booth?
Feels good.
Edgar, you were playing in that first half, and we kept feeding you a ball down low, and I said, what did Edgar eat for Thanksgiving? I mean, we got to keep feeding him more of that stuff. What was that?
I mean, just moving without the ball, cutting and just playing what Coach wants us to play. So,
yeah. You know what I like, Edgar? When you get the ball down low, there's no extra dribble, there's no extra move. You just go real strong right up to the basket, and I think that's definitely going to be hard to defend against.
Yeah. See, that's what I was taught when I was in high school. Just go up, you get fouled, then you make it. So
I kind of want to ask, talking about last game, you had a double-double last game, 17 rebounds, dominated in last game, defensively as well, had 12 rebounds. And then you come into this game, top point scorer of the night. You have a really good game rebounding-wise. I mean, what's been working for you these last couple of games? I want to know.
Just focusing on not just scoring the ball, but just make sure that I hit somebody when I box out, and just focus on getting rebounds and getting charges and helping my team win.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then talking about these last 2 games coming up, obviously, only 2 more games left. What's really the mindset, heading into those 2 games, final 2 games of the first half of the season before you guys go on break? What's really the mindset heading into those last 2 games here of the season?
Mindset is just to get it done and get dubs.
I like it. Well, congratulations, Edgar, on the great game tonight.
Thank you.
Bob, do you have anything else to add or anything else to say at all? Or?
No, Edgar, I feel good about this team. I mean, it seems like different guys get hot at different times. The team plays really unselfish, giving the ball to the guy who's hot. Tonight, that was you for a while. Yeah. And then Coach told us that you guys seem to be a team that likes to get better every time you go out there. And
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so we're excited to see what the rest of the season has to hold for you guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Edgar. Appreciate it.
Go in there and enjoy the win with your teammates.
Shout out Middleburg. Hi, Mom. Hi, Bolt. Hi, Joel.
Thanks, Edgar.
Thanks, Edgar. Appreciate it. Congratulations, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to close things out here. We'll do a little bit of a post-game show, if you will, here from Newport Richey, Florida. Final score 98-60 here from Newport Richey, Florida. And again, really the story of the game was everybody on the team. I mean, everybody on the team contributed. It was a great all-around victory. Offensively, they played well. Defensively, they played very well as well. There was a few things, obviously, they have to clean up, which is anything in basketball. But for the most part, this was a very good game for PHSC. They looked really good tonight.
Yeah, I saw the versatility. I think I mentioned this at the end of the first half. We saw the big down low game with Edgar, feeding them the ball down low. We saw some three-point shooting that was strong for the Bobcats. I was really impressed with their free throw shooting. I think they were like 90% from the line, maybe a little bit better. And then we saw the quick ball movement and the good passes, finding open guys. So overall, I think a really good performance by the Bobcats.
Yeah, and they just really got Weber on Weber had a bad night. I mean, all around, they just did not play well. Offensively, they looked good at times, but they weren't consistent, and that was one of the big things, is they were consistent offensively, and defensively, they never showed up. I think defensively, they just didn't have a good game, and the Bobcats played into their style of play, and they took advantage of a really dysfunctional defense that was Weber tonight, and they were able to get the victory in what was actually one of the best games they've had against this Weber International team, and they do get one more game, but it's going to be against a different team. They're green team, so they're going to have a little bit of a different test, and we'll see how they do here in their final game against the green squad. But Dylan Spalding with you, Bob Bade here. I guess we'll do a little bit of a sign-off, if you will, because this is our final official broadcast of the 2021 year. We do have Bobcat Bowl next week, so we will be on the air for that, but it'll be more of a lighthearted, fun time next week. Should be a lot of fun to be able to do the Bobcat Bowl, and obviously the holiday season approaching, we'll have some holiday stuff incorporated, but, kind of a bittersweet night tonight here from Newport Richey.
Well, Bobcat Bowl, for those of you that don't know it, it's the faculty and staff versus the students in flag football. So it's pretty entertaining. We have a lot of great athletes on the faculty staff team, Dylan. You wouldn't think so, but they get out there and they can play some ball. And I'm sure we'll have some funny moments and some good athletic plays. And then, of course, we do that the day before we close for winter break because the faculty staff really need about 3 weeks off to recuperate after that game. So we're not like you guys where we can bounce back the next day.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a really exciting next week. Cannot wait to be with you, Bob. That's going to be a lot of fun. Again, this was again, 2021 for us. What an amazing year to start out with baseball, really just getting our footing together, if you will, with baseball, and then to continue that grind, to get to that, awesome, great, the Region 8 D2 championship against ASA Miami with the celebration. Then we had the break in the summer. Then we go into the fall. We do baseball media day. We do a softball media day. We start doing basketball. We really got together and really had a great year in broadcasting. This was a great first year for PHSC athletics and for the broadcasting here at PHSC athletics.
And I want to thank all the viewers that tuned in to YouTube tonight. And I think we had a few on Facebook, but it makes the game so great when we see, especially family members that weigh in, that are watching the game. And I'm sure that they really love to see their players play. And hopefully we add a little bit something to that for them to watch.
And I'll just say, without the viewers, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here without the viewers, without the faculty, whoever tunes in, whoever it may be, even whoever we've had on our broadcast. We've had a lot of great guests who have came on our show. We've had players, we've had coaches, we've had people in the Tampa Bay area, we've had people with the school. I mean, just the amount of support and the amount of love that we've had here, and they're already turning out the lights here. I think they're leaving us here on the air to finish out.
Steve wants to go home, our athletic director. Thanks, everyone. Have a great holiday season.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Have a great holiday season, and we'll see you guys in 2022. And if you're watching next week, we'll see you guys for the Bobcat Bowl.